Hey everyone, and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake, and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/talesfromretail, where people who work in retail tell us their best and craziest stories they had while on the job. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some Reddit stories. Rude lady thinks she can eat for free and leave. Now banned from our store. Backstory: there's a lady who will come into our store, usually around noon, with 4, annoying and loud, misbehaving children. Of course, she's completely oblivious to all of this. Yay! She would pack all of them into the cart, pick out some sort of produce, apples, bananas, oranges, etc., and give it to them to hold, and the kids would eat all of it. Then she would come up to the register and give me the whole, "Oops, sorry, I didn't even see that they did that." I would call my manager and basically ask, "WTF am I supposed to weigh?" And usually they would either get the same amount of whatever produce and she would complain that she'd not gotten that much, or mine were way smaller, so my manager would just wave it off and let it go. Today, she didn't get away with it because my manager and I were in a bad mood. I was quietly working at my register when I heard the parade of obnoxious children run into the store with the lady on her phone, completely ignoring them. Shocker! She piled all of them into the cart and headed straight for the produce. I continued working at my register and lost track of her until she came up to my register. She huffed and puffed at the little old lady in front of her, writing a check while all of her children were screaming in her cart. She's still on her phone and I hear the rude lady talking semi-quietly on her phone. "Yeah, I'll be home soon. There's a slow hag in front of me." Thankfully, the little old lady, who is literally maybe the nicest person I've ever met, doesn't hear that well, so she'd missed the rude lady's comment. After hearing that, I purposely take my sweet time processing her check and asking her how her grandchildren are doing. I finish bagging her groceries and set them in her car. As she's pulling away, the rude lady decides that she's not going fast enough and actually pushes her out of the way with her cart. When the little old lady turns to look at her, she smiles smugly. "Sorry." The little old lady frowns and walks away. Now, the real fun begins. Before she says anything, I notice that each child has banana peels in their laps, and the youngest has banana all over their face. There's even a peel inside rude lady's purse. "My kids ate these. Here." She proceeds to grab and dump all of the peels onto my register and starts to leave. "Ma'am, I need some sort of payment. You can't just leave after eating all of these." The rude lady turns and glares at me. She backs up a little. "Just weigh the peels or something. I don't have time for this." I glare back at her. Even if I was allowed to do that, I'd need all of the peels. I gesture to one in her purse. Gross. She throws it at me. "Here's your peel, now weigh them." Her face is getting angrier by the minute. I'll have to call for a manager. That's when I notice the organic sticker on all of the peels, which means it will be more expensive. $1.29 per pound, in fact. She slams her hand on my register as I'm about to call. "This is ridiculous. Just weigh my hand or something." As she's pressing her hand down, she's also squeezing the peels as hard as she can, making a huge mess of peel and banana mush. I've had it. "Manager to the front, please." The manager, thankfully, was not far and came rushing up. "What can I do for you?" He sees it's the particular lady and the mess on my register. Before he can open his mouth again, she wails at him. "Your cashier has been so rude to my family and I. All we want to do is pay for our bananas and go. She's being incredibly difficult and has even made this disgusting mess." I'm fuming at this point, and my manager is getting a little ticked off knowing this lady is a liar because I would never do something this childish. "What are you going to do about this for us?" I turn to my manager. Her and her children ate an entire bunch of bananas, tried to leave without paying, and when I called her out on it, she told me to weigh her hand and squished these peels. The manager nodded. "Go ahead and weigh her hand. Whatever it comes out to, she can pay that. Then, she's no longer welcome in our store." Of course, she's shocked and stammering, trying to claim that I lied about the entire story, and it was nothing like that. Obviously, my manager was having none of it, and told her to put her banana-covered hand back on the scale. She did, and pressed as hard as she could. Well, she's not too smart, and forgot how scales work. She'd pressed it down, and it came up as about £30. And your total is going to be $34.54. Will you be using cash or card? She was completely outraged and started yelling at my manager and I, calling us crooks. Ironic, and that she'd never pay something so ridiculous. My manager threatened to call the police and report her for theft if she didn't. She screamed some more and threw two 20s at me. I gave her the change, which she snatched out of my hand and continued to scream and curse down the exit and out the door. Thank you for shopping, have a nice day. Imagine being that stupid that you push as hard as you can onto the scales. Like, I don't understand that kind of intellect. They were going to charge £400? I work in retail at a UK electronics retailer, and this tale takes place today and yesterday. So, a customer comes up to me looking for a new laptop. I show him around a few of the laptops, and he states he needs something portable but powerful. Of course, these two things usually mean a 13-inch laptop with an i5 or i7 processor. So, what do you need it for? Well, the laptop has to be powerful, but I need it to be lightweight, as I'm an international student. Right, okay, well, here's a few laptops we have that fit this description. Note about these laptops. They're usually around £600 to £1,000, depending on brand and specifications. Now, I notice the customer is carrying a laptop in a carrier bag, and I ask him about that one, just being a bit nosy, but also making conversation as I show him around the laptops. So, what's wrong with that laptop? Oh, the battery is blown up and doesn't power on anymore. Right, okay, can I have a look? So, he takes it out of the bag, and I notice it's a MacBook Air. Being the store's Apple person, I ask if I can have a look. Now, I notice that it has another computer shop sticker on top of it, so I ask about that. I see you've taken it to the other computer store, part of an Apple-style chain with a shop literally down the road that people mistake for an actual Apple store. Down the road. What did they say is wrong with it? They didn't open it up, but they said it would be £400 for the problem. I told them I thought it was. Me, internally, they've quoted this and haven't even had a look at it. No surprises there. So, I took the Mac from the customer and walked him down to the Apple counter of our small store. I plug it into our Mac charger and notice it's lighting up green but not switching to amber, which it would do. So, just out of habit, I perform an SMC reset. Basically a hard reset to tell the Mac to get it together. On the MacBook, and it turns on. Oh my gosh, you've got it working! Yeah, I just want to run some diagnostics to make sure this isn't a fluke. I got the customer to change the language from his native to English and got to diagnostics. The tests came back fine and the battery reported fine. It's in good working order with no problems. It just needed this reset and now it's fine. However, your charger is toast, so you'll need a new one of those. That's amazing, thank you so much. My dissertation was on there and I would have to start it again. Now, I've just completed my dissertation, so completely understand the situation and the stresses of university life. How much will it be for the fix? Nothing, it was a fast 2-minute fix, no need to worry. This customer becomes all thankful and happy and tells me he wants to pay for dinner and I insist it's okay and just part of my job. So, he's on his way with his Mac in working order and warning not to use the charger and use an extra form of storage to back up his work. Today, he came back in to purchase the new charger and was specifically looking for me in the store. He had gone out and bought me a cake and macarons from a high-end cake shop. At first, I said I couldn't accept. Was thinking of work and the cake, obviously costing a lot of money. But after much insistence, I did accept, and the customer left happy, and I left work later in the evening with a cake in town and a smile on my face. Not all customers are difficult, and it left me with so much joy at the end of the working day. You see, he's the type of worker that is really good for the customer, but the manager is probably sitting in the back like, Oh my god, you just lost us like a £1,000 sale. Why? Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.